You've tightened up your carbs, you're taking your meds, you're tracking your numbers, yet glucose still drifts higher than you'd like. Energy dips and nerves complain. A missing piece for many people with diabetes is nutrition at the cellular level, specific supplements that help insulin work, protect organs from oxidative stress, and smooth out post-meal spikes. Today, we'll cover 3 of the most effective, how to use them safely, what to expect, and simple food upgrades that make them work even better. After that, 2 bonus helpers if weight loss is part of your plan. Quick note before we begin, none of this replaces your clinician's advice. If you're on medications that affect blood sugar, blood pressure, or clotting, check in before adding supplements. Supplement number 1, Glutathione plus CoQ10. Cell protection and steady energy. High glucose creates oxidative stress, tiny sparks that damage nerves, kidneys, eyes, and blood vessels. 2 of your body's built-in extinguishers are glutathione and coenzyme Q10. In diabetes, demand outstrips supply. Think of it as your master cleanup crew. It neutralizes free radicals, supports liver detox, and defends nerve tissue. When levels sink, neuropathy can worsen, wound healing slows, and infections show up more often. It also supports the pancreatic beta cells that help you make insulin in the first place. CoQ10. This is the spark plug for mitochondrial energy. Every cell needs it, especially the heart, brain, and muscles. Low CoQ10 shows up as fatigue, exercise intolerance, and poor circulation. Statin drugs deplete CoQ10 further, which is relevant because many people with diabetes also take a statin. How to take them: simple and effective. Glutathione works best by giving your body the raw materials to make more of it. Use N-acetylcysteine, NAC, 600 to 1,200 milligrams day, divided away from meals if you can, or liposomal glutathione, 250-500 milligram per day for direct support if NAC upsets your stomach. CoQ10. Ubiquinol form, 100 to 200 milligrams per day with a meal that includes fat. If you're on a statin or have low energy, many clinicians start at 200 milligrams day. What you may notice: steadier energy, fewer wired than tired dips, improved exercise tolerance, less burning, tingling in hands and feet over several weeks, and better recovery after long days. Food habits that amplify results: eggs, grass-fed beef, garlic, onions, broccoli, and spinach. Glutathione pathway. Sardines, salmon, mackerel, and organ meats. CoQ10. Fermented foods: yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut. Kimchi supports a healthier gut. Important because a robust microbiome helps your body recycle and maintain glutathione. Safety pointers: NAC can thin mucus and, rarely, upset the stomach. CoQ10 may modestly lower blood pressure. Monitor if you're on antihypertensives. If you use warfarin or other anticoagulants, talk to your clinician before starting. Supplement number 2, Alpha-Lipoic Acid plus Omega-3s. South insulin sensitivity and nerve support when glucose stays high. Nerves and blood vessels take the hit. To proven allies here are Alpha-Lipoic Acid ALA and Omega-3 fatty acids. ALA, unique antioxidant that works in both water and fat environments, regenerates vitamins C and E, and improves mitochondrial energy output. Clinically, it's used to help with diabetic neuropathy, reducing burning, tingling, and pain, and it may improve insulin sensitivity by activating AMPK, a metabolic master switch. Omega-3 South EPA, DHA, anti-inflammatory workhorses that improve triglycerides, support insulin receptor function, and protect eyes, brain, and blood vessels. They also help shift cholesterol particles away from the small, dense pattern that's more aperogenous. How to take them clean and consistent. ALA. Use Rarala. Available 300 milligrams twice daily, total 600 milligrams on an empty stomach. Some people do. well at 600 milligrams twice daily for neuropathy under medical guidance. If it bothers your stomach, take 20 to 30 minutes before meals. Omega-3 South. EPA plus DHA total, 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams per day with meals. Look for third-party tested fish oil or algae oil if plant-based. Take with food that contains fat for better absorption. What you may notice: calmer post-meal rises, improved fasting numbers, fewer nerve zings. Better joint comfort, clearer thinking, and lower triglycerides on your next lab panel. Food habits that amplify results: wild salmon, sardines, herring, mackerel, and mussels. EPA, DHA. Walnuts, chia, flax, and hemp plant omega-3. South helpful, but less efficiently converted. Spinach, tomatoes, Brussels sprouts, and beets less supportive foods. Cook with olive oil. Avoid seed oil, overload soy, corn, canola that competes. With omega-3s. Safety pointers: omega-3s South have mild blood-thinning effects. If you're on anticoagulants, aspirin, or have procedures coming up, loop in your clinician. ALA may shift thyroid labs at high doses if you have hypothyroidism. Supplement number 3, berberine metabolic switch and post-meal control. Berberine is a plant alkaloid that's earned a reputation as the natural metformin. It activates AMPK, helping improve insulin sensitivity, reduce hepatic glucose outputs, low carbohydrate breakdown, and absorptions. Port, a healthier gut microbiome, which further improves glucose control, favorably shift lipids, triglycerides. LDL. HDL. Many people notice the biggest benefit around post-meal spikes and stubborn dawn effect mornings. How to take it, make it work for you. Dose: 900 to 1,500 milligrams per day, split 2 to 3 times, for example, 500 milligrams. 15 to 30 minutes before breakfast and dinner. If you're sensitive, start at 300 milligrams with one meal and build up. Look for Berberine HCl from a third-party tested brand, pairing with a little black pepper extract, piperine, or taking with a fat-containing meal can modestly aid absorption. What you may notice: lower post-meal readings, less afternoon crash, gentle weight shift over 8 to 12 weeks, fewer cravings, and better lipid panel numbers. Food habits that amplify results: fiber-forward meals, vegetables, legumes, chia, flax, protein at each meal, and walking 10 to 15 minutes after you eat. Fermented foods or a broad-spectrum probiotic can complement berberine's microbiome effects. Safety pointers: if you use insulin or sulfonylureas, watch for hypoglycemia as sensitivity improves. Share data with your clinician early. Avoid in pregnancy, breastfeeding, and be cautious with anticoagulants and blood pressure. Meds: berberine can potentiate effects. Many people cycle berberine 8 weeks on, 2 to 4 weeks off to maintain responsiveness, optional but common. Putting it together: a simple daily plan: morning water plus minerals, no sugar, NaC 600 milligrams, or liposomal glutathione. 250 to 500 milligrams, ALA 300 milligrams, empty stomach breakfast with protein plus fiber. If using berberine, 500 milligrams 15 to 30 min before mid-3 EPA. DHA 1,000 to 1,500 milligrams. With lunch: short walk after meals 10 to 15 minutes, evening CoQ10 ubiquinol 100 to 200 milligrams. With dinner: ALA 300 milligrams 2030 min before dinner if tolerated, if needed. Berberine 500 milligrams before dinner. Track fasting and 1 to 2 hour post-meal readings for 2 weeks. If values trend lower or you feel symptoms of low blood sugar, contact your clinician to discuss med adjustments. Bonus if weight loss is a goal. Psyllium husk and apple cider vinegar. Psyllium husk ispagula is a viscous fiber that slows gastric emptying and carb absorption, increases fullness, supports gut bacteria, and improves regularity. How to use: 1 rounded teaspoon, about 4 to 5 g, in 8 to 10 ounces water. 10 to 15 minutes before meals, 1 to 2 times daily. Follow with another few sips of water. Benefits you'll feel: smaller post-meal spikes, fewer cravings, easier portion control, and smoother digestion. Apple cider vinegar ACV blunts the glycemic impact of starches by slowing amylase and gastric. Emptying how to use: 1 to 2 teaspoons ACV in a large glass of water before a carb-containing meal. If reflux is an issue, use meals that include protein, fat, or switch to vinegar-based dressings on salads. Benefits you'll feel: steadier energy and fewer hungry again in 90 minutes episodes. Cautions: don't mix ACV straight. It can erode enamel. If you have gastroparesis, significant reflux, or potassium issues, talk to your clinician first. Psyllium needs water. Start low. Go slow. What to skip, so your supplements actually work: sugar-sweetened electrolytes, energy drinks, K, and coffee creamers with syrups. Ultra-processed snack foods. They exhaust your omega-2, 3, and antioxidant reserves. Healthy seed oil overload. Soybean, corn crowding out omega-3s. All or nothing megadose inconsistency beats high doses taken sporadically. Conclusion: for most people with diabetes, the trio that moves the needle fastest is glutathione support NAC plus CoQ10 for cell protection and energy, ALA plus omega-3s South for insulin sensitivity and nerve, vascular health, Berberine for post-meal control and metabolic momentum, layer in Psyllium, Husk, and ACV if weight loss and appetite control are priorities. Combine all of this with fiber-rich, protein-anchored meals and short walks after eating, and you've built a daily system that lowers spikes, protects organs, and gives you sustainable energy. If you start one change at a time. Give it 2 to 3 weeks and watch your data. Your numbers and how you feel day to day will tell you what's working.